Hello, my name is Jessica Moja, and I'll be sharing with you facts you need to know about vaping. So there's an in-depth study conducted by Johns Hopkins University Medicine, and they do admit that at first glance vaping does appear to be safer than traditional smoking, since it does not contain as many toxic chemicals as traditional cigarettes. But the outcome is still the same for either form of smoking, which is risk of lung injuries and death. They also found that vaping is harmful to your heart and lungs because nicotine is a known addictive and toxic substance. It is known that when you inhale nicotine, it increases your blood pressure and adrenaline, which causes your heart to race, which is very um, much affecting your heart in the long term. Also, being a youth, you are at risk because vaping is addictive as heroin and cocaine. They do add sweet flavorings, kind of candy-like, to these products to make them more appealing to youth. And they can be easier and cheaper to find than traditional cigarettes because you can purchase them online. Here we have an example of Chance Amarata of Florida. He was 18 years old and started vaping. He did it about one cartridge, a Juul mint flavored cartridge every couple of days, which is the equivalent of smoking 10 cigarettes. So the nicotine equivalent of 10 cigarettes a day. And after a year, he suffered a sudden lung collapse, and he documented his journey on social media, which is why we know about the story. And he, even though his youth he thought was on his side, he suffered very damaging long-term consequences and was hospitalized. So I want to share an interview with you from a cardiac surgeon named Luca Durham. It's his experiences with vaping that he's seen in his hospital.
Cardiac surgeon Lucian Durham says inhaling a single puff from a vape could make you his next patient at Froedtert Medical College of Wisconsin. The lung damage that he has seen in patients ranging in age from 16 to 60 is the equivalent to someone smoking cigarettes for decades.
It literally can kill you the first time you try it.
He says the liquid chemicals are the culprit. When they are all flash heated at once, no one can predict what you're about to breathe in. The unsafe ingredients may sound harmless, like vitamin E oil.
When you inhale it, it goes down and basically coats the alveoli.
Those are tiny sacs in your lungs, which are crucial to breathing. If that is coated, the exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide cannot happen.
So you get low oxygen and high CO2, and the high carbon dioxide in the blood turns into acid.
Your body does not function well in an acidic environment. That causes an inflammatory response in your body called acute respiratory distress syndrome.
They deteriorate very quickly, get short of breath, lightheaded, pass out, cardiac arrest. We've had a couple of them show up getting CPR because it's gotten so bad.
And you end up on this scary machine until your body can safely breathe on its own again.
We've had some patients come in that literally looked like they were going to die before we got them on support.
He says a common myth is that patients only end up like this if they're vaping with THC. That's the chemical in marijuana that gives users a high.
No, there's really no one particular substrate that causes it.
That unpredictability is why he and health officials are warning that there is no safe way to vape. The surgeon says he won't be able to tell if irreversible lung damage has been done on patients he's treated for another 6 months to a year. Julia Fellow, today's TMJ4.
On our app right now, you can see how aerosol from those vapes affects the body from the second you inhale, and see what we found out when we had several vape products tested. You can head to tmj4.com/vaping crisis.
So as you can see, it's well documented as a public health crisis. It is on the rise, and it's very dangerous. It seems harmless at first because they make it seem harmless with the candied flavors and such, but in the end, it can do long-term damage. Thank you for watching my presentation, and I want to share my references with you.